Hey, good morning. My name is Miss Allison, and I am a private tutor. I am an ADHD coach. I am a behavior mentor, and I am an RBT. No, I don't go flaunting I'm an RBT. Ethically, I cannot do that, but in this case, this story I'm talking about represents that, and I'm sharing it with parents like you to give you tips and even professionals out there. So, I am currently working with a 12-year-old who is diagnosed with ASD, ADHD, and DRPLA, which is DRPLA. That is a condition that has very little knowledge there's no cure as of yet. They don't know much on it, and I'm learning as I'm going. So anyway, this particular client has three siblings, and they all have the exact same thing, but I'm working with her. So she's not potty trained, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. So she's not potty trained, and she wears pull-ups. She's 12. I think I already said that. And she really wants to wear panties, and I'm encouraging it, of course. So I set up a system where, of course, this is in her plan. I set, to potty train her. I set up a plan to every 2 hours, because when I first started with her, I went and I tested it out. It's how long does it take? How much was she drinking? How much was she eating? So I learned the pattern, and so I set it up every 2 hours. And every 2 hours is exactly where it needs to be, because now it's being utilized more, and her pull-up is being soiled less, which is bringing praise to everybody, because we want her to get there. And I want her to achieve this. And I am proud I'm doing it, because it's showing me that these children, no matter what the age, really can be potty trained. This child was not potty trained. She's been soiling the bed. And I told the mom, well, first of all, she always used baby voice. And when I started with her, and I'm only with her 5 weeks, and I cut that out. Now she doesn't use baby voice, because I'm consistent. I don't let her talk to me sometimes like a baby, and other times, no, you're not going to talk to me like a baby. You're going to talk to me like a big girl. And when I started doing that, I saw it started correlating that her big girl, she goes to the bathroom. And, I would tell her, big girls go to the bathroom. And so psychologically, it's all starting to sink in, the process. So as I've been working with her, again, the every 2 hours, yesterday was remarkable. Yesterday, I told her in the morning, we were preparing breakfast, and then she saw a frog. Well, I told her the expectations that when she's done with breakfast, we're going to go ahead and change her pull-up, because she was already preparing it when I got there. So in between that, she saw a frog. She got really excited. The caretaker took her outside. She looked at the frog. She attempted to hold the frog. So yes, absolutely. I know what people are thinking. Yes, I sent her right in to wash her hands when she was done, before she interacted with her food. So while we were in the bathroom, I said, listen, honey, I said, you're already here. So you're washing your hands. Why don't you just go ahead and use the potty and change your pull-up? You're here. She gave me no pushback. Usually she would go back and forth. This time she complied, and she says, okay. She sat down. She actually did pee right there. I was like, awesome. Yes, her thing was soiled because she was sleeping. She just woke up, and that was expected. So every 2 hours from there, I have an alarm and mom has an alarm. We have them set up for the entire day. And so the first alarm that went off, we had already used the potty a little bit ago, right? But the alarm went off, and the caretaker told her to go use the potty. Then she went to go use the potty, and she went. She peed. So that was impressive, because I always go by there and see. And she already knows, leave the door open a little bit so I can make sure she's doing what she's got to do, give her privacy. And okay, so then that time I have her set up. I gave her a 3-step task. She has to flush the toilet, wash her hands, and turn the light off. Yesterday she did all 3 independently. So the next couple of hours, the next timer went off. She went on her own. I was like, wow, okay. Then, the next time her brother had just ran into the bathroom. Then she says, I gotta go poopy. And she started holding her butt and all. I said, okay, honey, hold it, you could do it. And she held it for 3 minutes. That was the first time. She'd never held it. And I said, okay, wow. So we praised her the whole 9 yards. After that, she went pee twice on her own with prompting of the timer. But I did not say anything. So now it's getting all where it needs to be. And parents have it set up and I have it set up. So this is where we are now. But the way I did it, for those who are, okay, well, yeah, you were successful, right? Well, how the hell did you do it? The way I did it was, she's a level 2, okay? She's not level 1, but she's not level 3. She's a level 2. And so it takes a couple more steps, you know, of telling her, explaining. And then, of course, with her diagnosis, that has part to play. So I really go gentle with teaching her. And and I told her when I started, I said, okay, I want you to sit down. And I put the water on a little bit. I let the water run in the sink. And I said, I want you to close your eyes. And Miss Allison is going to count to 30. And I want you to try to go pee-pee. The first time, I was about 18 seconds when she did pee. The very first time I ever worked with her. And from then on, I saw that it worked. I've seen it, and, you know, they've used it. I know people who've used it. And I did it for, I don't know, a week and a half straight. She would go ahead. She would close the door. She would put the water on. She would sit. She would say, Miss Allison, can you count? I would count. But now I don't even have to do that anymore. Now she's going independently. I've stopped that about a week ago. Last week I didn't do that at all. No water. She did it without the water. And now this week, so here we go. So you have to get them really concentrated into what you're telling them, because they need to feel it. When they're older, I mean, when they're little, their muscles, you know, it's easier. They're kids. I can't explain all that good stuff. But the older ones, the only way I know how is I told my BCBA and the parents, I said, it's like she's got to learn how to hold her muscle. So this is going to be a challenge for me, but it really wasn't, which I'm really happy, not for me, but for her. But yes, for me too, because now I got that under my belt, right? But it takes time. If she soils, you don't yell at them. You don't degrade them. You don't do any of that. I always told her, it's okay, honey, you're still learning. That's how I do it. And she grasped it. So kudos to her. Yeah, I was doing ink. I got to go ahead and clean that. Kudos to her. And that wraps up this video for today. So again, my name is Miss Allison. I am a behavioral mentor. I am a coach for ADHD. By the way, I have a son who's ADHD, soon to be 21. So I have and ASD also. So I have all these years of knowledge behind me where I got involved in the community. I learned. I've been to workshops. Now I'm going to be podcasting. I make my own videos. For years, I've helped organizations with my creativity. You know, each mind has its own, and we all have our little niches on what we excel in. And I just like to be creative and make behaviors go away real quick that we don't want. And that wraps it up. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And you have yourself an awesome, blessed day.